So 6 months ago, we bought the IKEA FRIHETen. It's the pull-out sleeper sofa. It's a full-size bed. If you saw that other video, thanks for watching it. And it's been 6 months. Let's see how it's held up. What's the good and maybe the not so good. So before we get too far into the video, this is the Hemnes table, and we actually cut the legs off a little bit for just because we needed a little shorter of a table. That usually has a little shelf on the bottom, and it's a pretty decent coffee table for the price. Anyway, that being said, it is shorter than it would actually be in real life. So if you bought this pair, it would actually be a taller table, and you'd be like, what's going on? But anyway, let's get into what we like and dislike about this couch. It's a pretty good couch, actually. We've enjoyed it. We sit on it every day. There's two of us and a cat, and it is showing a little bit of wear. And one of the comments in the previous videos, they actually asked the specific things that's actually happening to it. The fabric is getting a little stretched out. It's the fabric is pilling on the edge, and there are a few other things that are kind of little annoyances that I'm just going to go over so that you know what to expect when you actually get this at home. So as you're looking at this side, you can probably just see it's a perfectly good looking couch. I mean, there's not a wrinkle in it, but you can just smooth it right out, and it just doesn't seem like you even sat on it ever. But you can see when you don't smooth it out, we sit on this, as I said, we sit on this every day, and it just kind of develops the stretching of the fabric and a little bit of these little pills on the fabric that you can see here. It's kind of just like those little, I don't even know if it'll focus on that. Yep, there we go. It's just kind of unfortunate how the edge gets like that. It's not really a huge deal. If you have guests coming over, you know, it's a pretty good looking couch. I mean, I can just, and it's comfortable too. So I'd say it's worth it, even with these problems like the random strings. I'd say if we paid more for this couch, it would probably start ticking us off that we ended up getting it. But for the price and looking out there at other things that are on the market, it's not a bad deal at all. More than comparable to something that's more expensive. So a good value all in all. One of the things that annoys me, it's just kind of a minor annoyance again. For this cushion, I actually just fluffed it a little, and it looks really good. But if you didn't want to fluff these every week or whatever, and you want some even wear on the cushions, you can actually see why you can't really do that. The other side of this cushion has a different type of fabric and a different color on the bottom near the zipper, and it must just be a sturdier fabric. What we usually end up doing when guests aren't over is we flip it this way so the zipper's on top, and then we can have some wear the other direction so that the foam inside of the pillow is actually a little more evenly distributed. So if you do that every so often, it really doesn't look too bad, because we've been doing it all along. They actually are holding up pretty well. So I think every IKEA product has a little annoyance, maybe. So if you sit with your back on this arm of the couch, after a while this top kind of shifts, and there's a board right here that kind of just juts out into your back, and it's not super uncomfortable, but it's just like, I just wish the foam wrapped around the top. That's not a huge deal, but it's just too bad that it doesn't, because I guess they would have to do it on both sides, because this arm can actually be placed on the other side if you assemble it with the chaise on the other side. So it's basically kind of what they had to do. It's just unfortunate that it's ended up how it is, I guess. But other than that, not a bad couch. So the last thing I want this to sound like is a commercial, but we did get this on the IKEA family discount. That's a pretty worthwhile club to join, or whatever you want to call it. And we got it for $100 off. Pretty good deal. You know, there are a lot of shortcomings to it, but it's pretty good for, I'd say, if you were in college, or you had your first apartment, or you just have a rec room, or that guest room where you don't want to really have a bed in there the whole time. So that was our quick little look at our 6-month-old IKEA FRIHETEN. If you're thinking about getting one, or if you have one, or if you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and maybe there's someone out there who can answer your question for you. So if you're interested in more information, I'll link in the description to the IKEA website. And if you'd like to support our channel, because that's not an affiliate link, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'll be sure to bring you more of this type of content. Thanks for watching.